Valve just changed Counter-Strike investing forever. Seriously, this announcement just changed our lives forever. That might sound slightly overstated, but I don't think it is. I'll tell you exactly why I think this single announcement will change the CSGO market forever and what I think will happen to prices in the near future as well. We've just had the big spike and after that we're now seeing some leveling off, but what will happen next? Will the prices keep continuing to climb as we go closer and closer to the CS2 release? Or will prices go back down or maybe even plummet? What will happen? We can't know for sure, but in this video I will tell you what is most likely to happen. But first, today's video sponsor, Market CSGO. They are a popular P2P marketplace with over 100k daily trades. They just revamped their entire site, including better search options and analysis features. Go to the cheaper than on Steam tab to buy items miles cheaper than on Steam. To list your items, you need to download their official Market app client, which ensures safe deals for you. The client sends and cancels all the trades automatically, which means you don't have to worry about any risk. Go to your dashboard to set up an account, simply update your inventory and select items you want to list on the market. There are many deposit and withdrawal methods available like Visa, Ideal, Apple Pay, crypto and a lot of other options. You can withdraw your money instantly as soon as someone buys your item. There's also currently a 30 knives giveaway running on their site, so even if you don't have skins right now, make sure to check out the site with the link in the description. Now, a lot has been going on, so let's get into it. First of all, Valve gave us a new website with a ton of information about the new update. The first thing they say is that all of the new features will be released in the full release this summer, which is epic because it means we are getting full access to everything in CS2 in a couple of months. That also means that the stuff we know right now is far from everything, and it means we'll get even more updates as time goes by until the full release. Let's dive into exactly what we already know right now. Counter-Strike 2 will be a free upgrade to CSGO, so it means if you have Prime right now, you will get to keep your Prime account. It will probably be using the same account and inventory as CSGO does right now, although there might be a new game which you will have to transfer items to, or they may be transferred automatically. The big point is you get to keep all of your CSGO items in Counter-Strike 2. This changes everything for CS investors since it makes the longevity of this market way better. Instead of the market dying with CSGO, it will now continue on for many years to come, and when we eventually need a new engine update again, we can be 99% sure that we will get to keep everything by then too. That means the only way to truly kill the CS market is for no one to want to play the game anymore, and that seems impossible with today's crazy player numbers. On top of all of that, the market is now unlimited in time, since as long as Valve has a shooter like CSGO, they will now have to keep the market around as well. This is a good thing for Valve too. They are building a longevity into the market. They are not building a short-term market where they can make profit for a couple years. They are building something that can be potentially successful 10 years in the future, 20 years in the future, maybe even 100 years in the future, who knows. The point is, as the game keeps growing and evolving, skins will stay a part of it, and that means the CSGO community can stay a part of it as well. So the recent price spikes, are they way over the top, or is it fairly normal for what is happening? Well, it isn't out of the ordinary to see such big spikes. In fact, the news we are getting is changing loads of things for us right now, and that does deserve prices to go up. The big question is, who is buying items right now to make the price go up this much? It isn't casual players or new players coming into CS, that is for sure, because those are yet to come. The people buying right now is mainly speculators and investors like you and me that are driving up the price. And there really aren't that many of us out there. Many CSGO players have some items as a quote-unquote investment, but real investors with a big portfolio or at least a solid strategy are fairly limited. We are a small and fairly tight-knit community, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is interesting. It means we don't control the majority of the capital right now. And that means the price increases we are seeing right now are actually not that much compared to what could happen. And I hear you screaming at your screen right now, not that much? My inventory went up insane amounts like never before. And I know, but it can and will be even more. Think about the release of Source 2, the full release. We will get more features, new menus, possibly gameplay changes or overhauls. Since CSGO has been planning this update for at least 3 years and possibly even longer, it would have been very easy to think over those past years, why change something now and put time into it if we can push it to the new CS2 version? That means a lot of small improvements and big leaps have been waiting to be published until this summer. The full release will pull massive amounts of new and existing players to Counter-Strike, and those people will want skins, cases, stickers, drops and everything else you are investing in right now. One thing to look out for is that Valve might change the drop system. They might increase the amount of cases dropped. That might add more cases. They could alter the drop system with the new update, since it is kind of a new game. As always with Valve's updates, they try not to ruin an item's potential. They try to make changes that improve the longevity of the market and game. That means in the short term, if they increase the amount of cases being dropped, it might crash the price a little bit, but in the long term it won't matter enough. Valve won't let cases go back down to 5 cents, or if they do, it could only be the newest cases, since those are the ones being dropped a lot. Of course prices can and will change, but Valve knows people rely on the market, and Valve doesn't want to crash the price of, for example, the most expensive case in the game by putting it back in the active duty drop pool. They don't need to, they can simply double the amount of cases dropped each month and keep the percentages all the same. This will mean a bit lower prices for the active cases, but those are already way too expensive right now anyway, so that wouldn't matter. And it would also slightly increase the inflow of rare cases, but those are often already opened way more than the monthly drops anyway, so that shouldn't have a huge effect either. So the market is changing, and rather rapidly at that. For example, the M4A1S Blue Phosphor. It got massively bumped by the CS2 update. It looked awesome in CS2. Unfortunately, I can't show you a video of it in-game since I still don't have access to the beta. Please Valve, just give it to me, please. I mean, come on. But yeah, anyway, I put a video in the description where you can see what it looks like in-game, and it looks incredible. It's arguably one of the best M4A1Ss in the game right now. That means that the price shot up from about 230 where it was before the update to about 370 over a short amount of time. A week passed and it went up further to about 420, which is when I decided to buy one since it looked so good in Source 2. My expectation was for it to go up slowly and maybe spike a bit more with more updates to the beta and go up even more when Source 2 was released, but it is already going higher than anyone could have ever imagined. It is currently at nearly 690 euros cash, and this is for skin from the Control collection, a collection people were calling a failure at the time of Broken Fang. It's not even that long ago, so that's pretty crazy to say the least. Massively too much supply and a terrible red, and yet this is happening. We've never seen these insane price spikes before, apart from COVID in 2020, and this is even bigger than that. This is the Source 2 hype, and you shouldn't underestimate it. The game will grow. This update is the biggest thing we have seen since going to CSGO. It is something everyone is talking about. Before the announcement, I rarely saw people talking CS outside of this community, but lately I've heard so many people who aren't in the scene talk about it. The update, looks, the skins, everything. There's just a lot more eyes on the game right now, and that means more money in the market. One can only guess what will happen once the update actually arrives this summer. One thing is for sure, Valve are telling investors this is the place for them and that the skins aren't going anywhere. Not in 10 years and also not with the new update. Someone asked me what would happen if people ever grew sick of the shooter genre. Now that is a possibility for an individual, but overall this genre and even this version of the game, Counter-Strike, has not died in 23 years of existence and probably won't for the next 23. People love this genre and there is only one game that was there from the very beginning, and that is Counter-Strike. So what could happen to prices in the future? I am envisioning a steady rise for the next few months, and every time something changes in the beta, that will spike certain items or even dip some if they become less good, although Valve will try to minimize that risk. Overall, I think small spikes with updates, steady rise until the update, and once the update fully drops and everyone can actually play it, insane spike like we have never seen before. What happens after that is up to anyone's guess, but I'm thinking a correction, after which skins will do quite good again, but not as insane as with the big update. I am sure as heck not selling my things right now. I'm waiting to see what the summer brings. Summer hype? I don't know, but I think we will see things unlike we have ever seen before. I will be here to help you guys through this epic time, but I don't think you'll need it, to be honest. One thing to look out for is people mass selling, because a lot of people right now are waiting for the update, like me. I think it will be an important factor, but not nearly important enough. I think the game will generate a lot of new players and a lot of attention, and that a small amount of investors selling their stuff will not influence it a lot, but it's something to keep in mind. After all, not selling means no profit, means it's only theoretical, right? We knew that Source 2 would come soon for a while, but now it's actually here and it's already epic. So far we only have a beta, which of course is still rough around the edges, but everything is looking great right now. What do you think? Will we get more epic features with the CS2 update? Let me know in the comments. If you are currently invested in the Antwerp and Stockholm stickers and want to know why they are such a good investment, check out this video next. If you need any help with buying, selling or trading any CSGO items, hit me up on Steam with a trade offer, or add me on Twitter or Steam to discuss. I'm always selling buff balance or items for 100% buff and happy to help. If you are still watching, you are truly awesome. Thank you. Goodbye.